the streets on my back. Carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mahomes now on first down. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play. And it'll make it second down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. It's first and 10 from the 12. From the gun, it's Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
So the myth has been shattered. every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Leopard!
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. From the gun, it's Jackson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation in there. The defense won the battle. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson, he'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
On first down, Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes going deep here. That's caught inside the 20. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins. 48 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now here's Mahomes. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
And they might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the deep.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
For Baltimore, Charles, if you look back to this season, it was pretty interesting. They start 4-5. You think John Harbaugh may not be there. He's on thin ice. Joe Flacco's at quarterback. But then Lamar Jackson comes in, and everything changed. Their whole offense changed.
It certainly did because of the infusion of speed at the quarterback position. And throws the ball a little bit better from the pocket than maybe he got credit for. Has to get better at that. But I think people had to adjust because Joe Flacco as a quarterback, you knew where he would be every time. 3 to 5 steps behind center, you could go get him. With Lamar Jackson, he could be anywhere and make a big play. And how about that defense? Number 1 in the league in fewest yards allowed yet again.
Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Well, while we have a second, let's look ahead to the divisional round of the AFC. Of course, Indianapolis and Kansas City kicking things off. And, Charles, the Colts 4-0 all-time versus KC in the playoffs. They're becoming a pretty trendy pick.
They really are, and a lot of it is because of the strength of their offensive and defensive lines, not to mention how Andrew Luck is playing in his...
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be marked down all the way inside the KC 10. A big play that time for the Ravens. Yards. And Jackson throwing once more. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Reggie Ragland, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. An exciting week with a divisional round coming up on the NFC side of things, Charles. Dallas at L.A., the Rams. Philadelphia at New Orleans. What do you think?
Well, I can't wait because Dallas at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams feel like they've gotten their mojo back down the stretch on offense. Dallas feels like they can pound and bruise against anyone with Ezekiel Elliott carrying the load. That's going to be a marquee game. And how about Philadelphia and New Orleans, the defending Super Bowl champs? Here comes Nick Foles again. New Orleans, the #1 seed at home. They don't lose at home in the Drew Brees, Sean Payton era in the playoffs. This is going to be fun. Remember, they played earlier this year, and New Orleans wiped out Philadelphia.
And you'll be calling that game. Enjoy it, partner.
Can't.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's a safety run. Parker there to make the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reggie Ragland in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but it's still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you pointed out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurate.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Butker now to kick this one away. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. Oh, able to avoid him. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Now, that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now, if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first. Now this time he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
He's going to air one out. It's caught at the 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Conley as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Butker now to kick this one away. It's a short kick here, fielded at the 24. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson hit right, and the Ravens get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the score.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. They go play action here on first down. And going deep for Hill. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 64 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And he's got it up and through.
Y'all see him doing custom routes and shit? That is crazy, boy. That nigga got that YouTube down pat. He got that YouTube down pat. I forgot that was goddamn what's name on the right side. I would have kept straight. That nigga got some
30-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready
running
to
goddamn bullshit. Running glitchy ass passes, fast receivers.
Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Running glitchy ass passes.
They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up.
You had to make a move, man. It was one-on-one right there. That was a spin move.
While they continue to score on offense.
That was a spin move. That's one-on-one. One-on-one.
And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
You know you're a beast at the one-on-ones.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3.
This nigga run custom routes. He take the other people out the routes and make them run their own.
Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Forced out to his left.
Come on, Jackson. Just throw the shit.
He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Yeah.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Nigga, if I would have took it out, shit, fuck, I'm gonna take.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. He's got the first down here inside the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quitting here.
0.
11 more on that one, and another 1st down. They'll run with Montgomery. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They come out here in the eye. He's going to get it running right. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson.
I didn't have to stretch for this one. This is 4th down territory. They've got to get it in.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And going deep for Hill. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 61 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They go play action.
You said it was
now
dirty.
Mahomes. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Terrell Suggs. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball, but the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now on 4th down here, that pass.
This nigga run custom routes. Come on now. He's subbing the man going over there and having him run his own routes. That nigga's doing custom routes.
Some teams are just like that. You know,
I threw that bad pass talking to my damn girl. Circle was so open, I pressed fucking square. I did that twice.
What the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule. That if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the
he won this game
doing
that glitchy ass shit.
That one, it was run with great success. How about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing
that's why I don't bet players like that. That's too much glitch shit. You gotta goddamn show.
More mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Woo.
He's got his man. It's Andrews.
Can't stop that wildcat.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Another big gain at that time. This one goes for 19.
I'll take this L to a glitch player. He big glitch. You can't stop that wildcat though. Ain't no glitch in the world.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him.
I don't figure out how to stop that shit. You gotta send a fucking fast-ass DB to come get that down.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
Let me try this right here.
Loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This the 2 tight end right here. They both running trash. You gotta let that motherfucker wait.
Play so bad, going backward.
Yeah, in a span of 2 plays, you go from hero to GOAT, right? To use one of the cliches. But I think what often happens.
Oh, Lamar. Lamar be doing some crazy shit, bro. You can't do too much with him. He'll stop acting crazy.
I'm gonna need some help with this one.
Why the tight end even move? You should have just stayed there.
Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study.
Oh, that cold closed up.
Go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Brown to be open.
Deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
What? That nigga Lamar, sorry.
They can't.
We're going to get this rematch. I'm playing his game first quarter.
Hoping I ain't lose religion, texting prayer hands, hope the message sending on. Know I've been blessed, I've been seeing prophets, musty yellow shirts, louder than the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling out of body, say the man got me on. Can you hear me, hear me now? 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 God in my system, been the one I'm kissing. Why might extensions out of look like expeditions on? Man, it's too loud. Hit me in your city, cause when I start spitting to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me now? 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 Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to school me, but I've been a genius. Cali looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Money back. Money back. Money back. Look at I got money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I said, babe, it's he said it's a them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace.
Hey, ain't nobody on the line.
Looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He make sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look on my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole.
Damn, I waited 2 minutes. Them motherfuckers still ain't giving no match.
Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine, jumping on my. That's why they call it trampoline. Back on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium.
The niggas really won't give me no game, man. Why you playing this morning? Sheesh. This nigga keep bothering me, man. Hello.
Hi, Alex. How are you? Willie, quick question. You wanted to pick up
closer.
Okay, I'll do that.
To the unit.
I'll stop by there Sunday
And
morning.
you wanted to still register the unit, right, for guarantee purposes?
You could do the customer registration. I'll give you the information and the model. The model and serial number should be on the receipt, on the invoice, the one that you brought, the unit.
Okay, the invoice. I need the invoice for that.
No, you have the receipt. The model number should be on that model and serial number. You could register that at the website, the customer registration.
Okay.
And I'll be there Sunday to get the trash and fix the PVC.
Okay, because I have a feeling that at the moment that the kind of the steep drop. At the moment, I think it can't go higher than 70. I don't know why. So if you come by Sunday, let me know. Then perhaps we can still have a look at that quickly again. Okay.
The what doesn't go above? What doesn't go above 70?
The heat downstairs.
The thermostat doesn't go above 70.
Yes, the thermostat is at 73, but it's now heating up more than 70, and it did before. So I don't know whether there's not enough pressure now or not.
What is the house temperature now?
Yeah,
And it won't go above 73.
the one come above 70 at the moment.
It won't go above 70.
No, the thermostat, yes, the thermostat is at 73.
Did you go outside and check and see if the unit running?
The unit is running.
You feel
I'm just wondering whether there's anything I don't know. It's not something. I mean, if you come by Sunday, that's fine.
all right?
Okay. Talk about one more time. Because I got something. Okay.
All right.
Let's talk Sunday. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. Now Jones. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. White, none. White, none.
And all the way down to the 29.
Who the fuck is him? That dude's slow. Oh. Don't do that slow shit over there now.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3,
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught at the
That
end.
Wildcat is
And
dead.
down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the play. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7.
Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards.
4 tries. 4
down.
tries. You missed the one. Here's the second one.
And he probably
You almost had it. You should have looked at that man. He was waiting for you.
It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
And Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get on
With
field.
your 3rd try.
Serves him very, very well.
Your
What
4th.
a nice play there.
And he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. They'll wind up losing
Nah, I
3
play smart.
yards here.
I gotta learn how to
it'll
play
be 4th
smart.
down.
Stop going to Wildcat all the time. Trying to fix my game and get out these bad habits. These bad habits make
So
you
on
lose.
4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So a nice drive on the road. You come in, you take the ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, point drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances.
Had a bad game
moving forward in this one.
last game.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And now a throw on 1st down. So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Out to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. Here's Bell, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell taking it in. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20, 10, 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 79 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well, plays like that make the O coordinator look like a genius, but I don't think he saw that play going that well.
No, I don't think so either. But, boy, it all worked out perfectly. They caught them in the right defense. Guys dropping off into coverage, their eyes averted somewhere else. And guess what? He filled the void with his legs.
On the return, here's Trey Edmonds. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Got a second here to assess Pittsburgh's last season as their offense comes onto the field. You know, for most of the folks that are fans of the Steel City, they're probably saying, wow, this was tough. But, hey, they were 9-6-1. The thing is, expectations there are playoffs every year.
You're right. And to show that, they haven't been under 500 since 2003. It's a very consistent franchise. But remember how the season began. Le'Veon Bell once again holding out. They expected him to show up and play. That didn't happen. Then at the end of the year, Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger. What's going to happen there? So they bookended their season with controversies. In the middle, did not play up to their standards. I still thought they were going to win the AFC North. Turned out Baltimore nosed them out. They've got to do some retooling in the offseason.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. He had the big touchdown run on the first drive and more room to maneuver right there.
And the big guys up front, they're feeling chesty and strong, creating nice openings for him.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
66.
On third down, Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Right there. It's good. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That'll be taken in the end zone. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Jack 16.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Throw left side complete. That's McDonald. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Good job, guys.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side and complete to Washington. 23 yards on the play.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6, and the Steelers are going to take the lead. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Uses the spin. And a good effort on a return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. This time Jackson will throw it, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. They find some open field here. 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown, 43 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And his kick is good. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Running for it, Montgomery. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Ty Montgomery unable to get to the marker. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. He'll fight a man over the middle. It's Washington. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McDonald. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. Now Roethlisberger, flush to his right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll go again with Bell. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and